Hello everyone, welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. We're continuing our adventure right where we stopped it in the last episode. We are going to meet the Dragon of Tolstad in this episode. Hopefully that's not gonna result in, well, any kind of damage. We did get a second level right at the end of the last episode, so we have more HP. Technically we're prepared for any kind of difficult situation thanks to that. Hopefully we won't need to test our newly founded and gather resolve and condition. We have some stuff in the questing tree, and actually that's interesting to think that there's so many more quests to be done. We've only ever finished one, I think, and it was really by a accident when we finished the phylogenistic agenda. Anyway, now we are gonna move down, and hopefully it's all gonna go smoothly thanks to our charisma that we have a lot of. There's something right there, so let's just check it. The Sacred River fights against red rocks. Okay. We can see that this place is actually quite beautiful, to be honest. And these railings follow the Safety Council standards of 22. Okay, that's great. No one is ever gonna fall from those from that place if you have those railings. Not like you can fall from here or here or here or anywhere else on the in this area. Anyway, the dank smell from below is definitely suggesting that there is gonna be a beautiful place right there. Like, let's be honest. Actually, the dank smell is not that bad apparently, because this place looks quite lovely. Like very, very kind of like, well, esoteric in a way. There is some people here. I don't think that's the Dragon of Tolstad, because our friend Goblin is not here. He went somewhere else. Snell was his name, yeah. Let's see if, however, we can talk with this person. Maybe that's the bookbinder. That would be great. Nessan of the Green. Don't confuse with Nessan from Japanese. That's not a sister. Nes Vikalla. Okay, let's... it's wisdom. Maybe it's gonna not be that bad. That's 12. That's okay. Would be better, of course, but... Elf! That's an elf! Oh, I didn't notice that, to be honest. Unbothered, moisturized, happy in her lane. It's moisturized. The Doctor Who references are, finding its way to my brain at this moment. Moisturize me! Moisturize me! She's focused on her work, but she does not seek strife. She will help you if you do not pose a threat. Okay. I fail to see why should we even try to pose a threat towards her. Of course I'm gonna trifle. I just wanna see what she has with herself. Speak with animals! That is amazing! I would love to have it so much. And just as fun backstack. This is easy to pickpocket. I'm still not gonna do it. I'm too afraid of potential consequences. And you know, it would be a different situation if we invested in dexterity a lot, and it would be kind of like a rogue cleric, but sadly that's not the case. Maybe not sadly. I like being, charismatic. And a little bit silly at that. Let's engage with Nesvikalla. At the top of the garden lookout, you see a strange creature hunched over. That's a rather rude way of calling her or describing her. She's making potions. Potion is any magical substance ingested for temporary effects. Underneath a large red hat, her drooping gaze slowly glides towards you. Not a hat, she's got an actual mushroom growing out of her skull. Oh, so elves in this world are kind of even more in tune with nature than I would usually expect them to be. The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl on the table and gives you a creepy grin. Let's learn a little bit more about the elves of this world. Scary, primal overlords of the forest. Rare in Norvik, but they've got their hidden roots all over Ascan. Nice corner you got here. Slowly, and in an appropriately dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils, and her grin widens even more somehow. Oh god, she's trouble, she's real trouble. Just look at the side of her head, look at those ears, white hair, ashen hue, and those eyes. An elf, aren't they rare? In your days, you've only seen a handful of those gangly freaks. The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in numbers and seldom intermingle with lesser races. But look at her. This is no elf of Ilum. This is an elf of Pimea. It's an elvish derogatory term for the nomadic elves who live on the Undercoast. They haven't had a real civilization for centuries, so it's rare to find them on the surface. Literally means dark. Oh, so those are, what was it? Drows. Interesting. Pimea. The elven enclaves who live on the Undercoast, also known as Dark Elves, although that's a bit on the nose. Hello, elf. Well, that's the most, like, gentle way to start this conversation, I guess. It was that either that or just looking at her. I probably should have glared at her. I mean, that was something I've been doing in previous situations, so you hear a guttural chuckle leave her lips. A man delves into the garden, his sights set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? Am I that man? More or less. She's just being dramatic. I'm somewhere between yes and no. Good. Do not seem realms in categories. See the in-between. The elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? She turns around, her red eyes glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Ness Vikalla of the Green. Call me Nessan. I'm underling to Hierophant of Idana. Hierophant of Idana is a legendary archdruid of the Undercoast, known for keeping balance, which usually means stopping any proper seafaring civilization from taking hold of the Dark Archipelago. And the Dark Archipelago, it's not the one from Hunter x Hunter by any means apparently, but it's the thousands of islets and or speleophims, which I have no idea what is, found across the Undercoast. Of course, a druid. There's something esoteric going on here. Thank you, Wisdom. That's so nice of you to tell me. You're a hag, aren't you? Well, it is possible that she is, you know, a hag. That would explain some things, maybe, considering the place she is at. But if she's just a druid, that you're a druid, prove it. That's a great way, a really great way to continue this conversation. She just gives you a goofy smile. I don't see how I could prove as such more than I currently do. She points to her head mushroom. There are indeed not many folk sitting around pretending to be mushrooms in bushes, otherwise this city would be even stranger. I've spent my days handling primal forces, that which grows and decays. Do you know much of it? Primal forces? No, do you? Let's learn more from her. Maybe, you know, that will give us some extra insight. I learn new things every waking. But no. I would not say I know much at all. She lowers her gaze for what you realize is the first time since she raised it. I would like to hear your tale, human. There is much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. She speaks as though the Urfolk's 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book. How sustainable is your lifestyle? Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not, how many years until depletion? I am supposed to know that? I do not mean an exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources, just an approximation. And perhaps at all of the impact on others in your vicinity. You mean in particular or my people? Both, or either. She presses down a mushroom in her bowl, sending a puff of spores into the air. You want an answer now? If you have it, but there is no stress. I'm gonna think about it, definitely. Oh, Gus, you're focusing too much on the question. Instead, focus on what she wants to hear. What was the question again? Urfolk will eventually chew through this land and be forced to expand. We live in balance in this city. I personally could live on an apple a day. That's pretty sustainable. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's not good at all, human. Your kind requires much more sustenance. That's a true statement. Constitution is like roiling inside us. It's like, don't you fucking dare talk like that. Please consume food. I'll make up for it later. Your legs tremble. She shows you a worried expression. Care for yourself. Do not let the idealization of a goal hinder a healthy lifestyle. She gives you some of the mushrooms from her bowl. That's so nice. Please, eat. It is as the hedonists say. Hedonists, an infamous group of activists and anarchists spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They stand for something, probably. Mostly they're known for inciting riots and playing with demonic forces. Such a great bunch of people those hedonists are. Anarchists' movement spawned towards the end of the Coast War. They dealt with abyssal forces and somehow published the Hedonists, an instructional booklet that made its way across the coast. Listen to your empty stomach. She's well read, even if it's anarchist rubbish. She places a palm against the rough floor. Oh, Vidana has helped keep the Undersea from being overtaken by unbalancing powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your human arcanists. Each creates a power that not only overtakes the primal, they do so with ease. That great war your kind waged upon one another delayed it, but I do certainly believe it is inevitable. Humans barely exist anymore, we're almost extinct. Don't worry, nature always survives. Most often it does. But look at your so-called burned coast, and those cursed lands in Diminor. She means reeds. Diminor is the old name. She should have called it Old Diminor. Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in this world that can wring the life out of every man if it so wishes. We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep and deliberate breath. Now enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? Whoa, you're going there? Stare at her. Oh, why is this fight? Why this looks like this is gonna be a fight. What is happening? I'm scared now. Well, your cheeks clench. No, not good. Don't worry, she's not hitting on you. She means it more like, are you married? Your mind races. Hostile? No, probably not. The screen went away, so maybe we will not go into the combat. Elaborate. Of course. I apologize if I was vague, human. I only mean most humans in this settlement group in pairs. I wonder if those of your kind do the same? Form such long-term committed partnerships? That's a slightly less inflammatory question. I'm married to my work. I'm the cleric. I go solo. I'm solo. She lowers her mushroom cap and sighs. I see. It is the same here then. The path of an esoteric guardian is to be alone. The elf starts adding some kind of oily liquid to her mushroom bowl. A strange substance, golden. Perhaps from some kind of undersea whale. It's just olive oil, cheap brand. Primal keen, okay. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. I could show my primal attunement. She pities you and your hungry stomach. Okay, this was a more difficult check. It got easier thanks to, us being as stupid as we were. So, it pays off to be stupid. Just remember that. Do we try? Do we dare? There's a slight chance that we can do it. Can it get worse than what happened with the tree? I don't think so. I'm gonna try it. That was so close. How could you do such a thing? To prove attunement requires years of training. You've perhaps done a few exercises in your spare time, and you've read about druidic magic. Primal spellcasters often balance keeping actors across and below the coast, known to commune with flora and fauna. But perhaps you can try it anyway. I will try. I will try. Because, if there's one thing about me, we are consistently, stubborn. You focus your mind on the nature around, the life, the decay, the funny-looking mushrooms. But you cannot sense it. Nothing. Magic is hard. Sure is. Maybe if I start clenching. I'm, again, a little bit scared where this is gonna go. But I'm gonna start clenching. You move from mind to muscle. You keep clenching. Pressure. Pain. Perhaps this was a foolish choice. Perhaps, but I still have a lot of HP, so that's okay. Ouch. But pain can be a good teacher. Perhaps you've learned something here. Well, we've got some experience, only 5 points, but still. The elf keeps working on her brew. Oh, this got easier. You tried it once, you clenched, and she pities us. We could try it now. It's only DC 10. This is possible. I'm gonna use the shard. Let's see. Yes! Let's go. Okay, I don't know actually what we're doing. We're showing a primal attunement. I don't know what's gonna be the result of that. You kneel. Huh? You need to prove it. Your attunement to nature. Interesting. Yes. She places the bowl from her desk to the ground before you. You must show what you've learned in your studies. The primal forces are complicated, but you can still sense the tingle of your strings through every branch and mushroom. The strings are the ley lines of esoteric power that holds the realm together. Hold your hand over her bowl. As you reach out, the elf hums. She then moves the bowl even closer to you. You've attempted this before. It did not go well. You believe that is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors in the towers used to tell you. The esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is the only rule they truly follow. Now, feel the oily mushrooms inside this bowl. The strings within them, around them. Grab one of them. Change it. Twist the string. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The chat went away. I'm so lost and alone right now. But the cleric is suddenly much more magical, it seems. At first, nothing. Then a twinge. Whatever you touched, it is connected with the spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something. The elf nods. What did I do? You ruined my brew. Shit. Oh, oops. She laughs. You caused the fungi in the bowl to change acidity. It's subtle, but it's there. You perform an act of druidcraft, human. Oh, I forgot about that accent and kind of the way she's speaking. But whatever. I thought it's like some of attributes talking, but whatever. Use druidcraft to unlock unique interaction with the natural world. That's cool. I'm so happy we did that. I did? She gives you a lecherous smirk. Nessan grabs the bowl and pours the mushy mushrooms on the ground. The contents wriggle before you. I made the mushroom come to life? She looks up, reassuring you. No. They are supposed to move like that. You did not perform that big of an esoteric feat. Not yet, at least. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human I shared knowledge with, if that is what you wish. I love plants. Class conflict! Oh no, we're gonna be a little bit druidic right now. So the cleric inside us is gonna there's gonna be two wolves inside us. One cleric and one druid. Very well. What do you want to know, human? My god, we have so much to learn. I want to learn how to speak with animals. Yeah! That shouldn't be too hard. Yes! That's amazing. I already have everything I wanted, kind of. Here, a spell scroll to get you started. Cast it when you have an animal to speak with, and you should be able to hold a conversation, as long as you can keep up. I have those two rats in the bag. I wonder if I can talk with them. What is druidcraft, really? I would call it a most useful path of communication with nature. It can be used for many a thing, but for you, I'd suggest focusing on the basics. Use it to move peacefully through the roots, and to show your balanced nature to those primal spirits who roam below. Can druids create magical food? Like, for example, good berry, right? That's the spell that actually exists in Dungeons & Dragons. Certainly. There is a spell that would be very useful for you since you're on the run all the time. Good apple. Okay, they couldn't use the good berry, I guess. Good apple. It creates 5 apples. Each can feed a grown man for a full day. It works exactly like good berry would. Although, considering your diet, you could probably down a couple. Oh, I love apples, huh? That's such a weird reaction. I'm so gonna use it. I don't have that spell scroll. Sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moongore. She might keep one in the roots of Pooh. Moongore? One of Sage Leaf's enforcers. A bugbear. Lovely woman. Quite the bite on her. What is she implying? Did she try to bite her? Bite her, basically. You know, like she maybe mistook her for a shroom or something. How can I get that good apple spell scroll? Just tell her I sent you. Moongore and I are friends, you see. Are these apples real or fake? They're real. I've customized the spell myself in the process of helping Sageleaf apple strains down here. Magically created, yes, but real. Good. Good. Great conversation piece. Can nature protect me? Of course. With bark skin. I do have a spell scroll of it, but it's down in the roots, below the garden. If you pass by, take it. I keep a cage hidden underneath Lord Pooh. Pooh is Elvish for tree. Okay, that's good that it's that, because I was like starting to wonder about what it actually means. Pooh? A cute nickname. She giggles. We have a password. Just say Minen Seksika Spoony, and he'll open right up. You can have the other stuff inside as well, since Sageleaf wants you to succeed. Oh, great, thanks. You're welcome. Oh, there was an option to ask what does that mean. Fuck, I didn't click on that. She gives you a creepy smile. Just give the password and he will grant you access. What are these primal forces? Nature. That includes, but is not limited to, elements, life, anything that grows, really. It is that which exists at the core of all. But even after alteration, it remains within. Generally speaking, a clump of ore will be more primal than a forged blade. In short, the primal emerges from natural energies. Decent explanation. I'm so happy that our intelligence approves. What differs primal from arcane and divine forces? Yeah. She squints and stares at you for a while. The answer to that could be many. I would lean towards saying that they differ in only origin. But that origin makes all the difference in the world. How do you mean? I do not know. It is like forces that flow through your strings. Some flow from divine sources, some flow from natural, primal sources. While the arcane, it is more like plucking those strings themselves. Editing the rules, something like that. She gives you a slow nod. Thank you. That's all the magic questions for now. You are very welcome, human. What do you know about the tea shop? Only what the roots whisper to me. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes. They fear what's to come. They whisper. Do they whisper anything useful? She leans back and lets out a resigned sigh. You do not speak with trees often, do you? Insane behavior. So you were here when it exploded? No, I was much further below. And what do the goblins whisper about? That the city is at fault. That Lady Sageleaf should take over. The usual. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Refreshing sentiment. Where's the fun in that? Yeah, I'm with Charisma here. We are often talking about shit that we have no idea about. Thanks. You're welcome. What are you voting in the election? I am not a citizen of Norvik. According to city law, universal suffrage includes any inhabitants of Norwegian soil as of the 1st of Ingarmi 26. How long have you lived here? About a year. How so? That makes you a citizen. Oh. She's taken aback by this news. Don't I get a say in that? If you don't tell the government, you're probably fine. Then perhaps I won't. Thank you, human. Do we have any questions about druidic magic? No, we don't. We can also select this one. You don't look like an elf. I mean, I have no idea how the elves look like in this world, so that's kind of a controversial statement, but what do elves look like? Elves, I thought it's just like a but no, it's elves are monstrous. Ilm elves are tree-like. Pima elves are simply grey. I suppose there are many kinds of elves. She nods. We do not call ourselves that, but to your people, yes, I am an elf. Pima, she closes her eyes. Pima aioli taina tahtia. We are the elves of stars. The occurrence of distant celestial bodies appearing upon the sky. Antecipalian witnesses are to be believed. Many old worlds had skies filled with thousands of these gleaming lights. Wait, so that's not the truth anymore? The skies are not full of stars in this world? Why? That's kind of sad. You speak Elvish? Elvish, even? Impressive. She looks to the side and back to you. Your grasp on the human talk is remarkable as well. I guess she's too kind. Yeah. You confuse her in a semi-good way. Actually, I feel like, you know, we are lucky to meet people for whom acting in this kind of like confusing way is at least looks like adorable behavior, because I think we're gonna meet someone who has, you know, a little bit of a you know, smaller patience, and that's gonna be a problem then. But for now, we kinda ride on this. Do your people have a great civilization below? No. I believe your people would call us nomads. So you're from the Undercoast. How do I get there? Halls and tunnels. There are more than enough, even within viewing distance. Though I'd recommend gaining Lady Sageleaf's approval first. I don't like elves. That's not true. I'm not gonna select that. I like elves. I'm okay with elves. I like her, and she's an elf, so like, you know. That's it. Bye. We've talked a lot with her, and we have a new spell. Let's go. We can speak with animals. I mean, we will be able to do that when we will, of course, memorize the spell. But also, interestingly enough, we've got Druidcraft as a cantrip. Cantrips are a little bit different from spells, because you can use them even when you don't have spell slots. So, basically, Druidcraft is going to be available to us at all times, in a way. Whispering to the spirits of nature, you create a tiny harmless sensory effect that follows you. This effect allows you to engage with primal entities that would otherwise hide from your presence. So it's kind of, you can think about this particular spell as a passive, I suppose. I don't think we can actually use it, right? It doesn't seem like we can. Maybe we can prepare it, even despite the fact that I don't think cantrips... I'm actually not sure if cantrips has to be prepared. That's... Never thought about it. As for druids, as for clerics, I used to play one cleric in the past, but that was... Well, not that far, you know, long ago, but still I don't remember. Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. Okay, where is she though? Oh, there is she. Okay. I guess we're just gonna go in front of this, the dragon herself. Do I address her or do I talk with you first? That's the question. He's waiting. He is waiting, wasn't she? Oh, he as Snell is waiting. Okay. You approach him below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, cleric. With a proud smirk, he motions towards the wooden throne. You should stand before the throne. Address her court. Okay then. We'll do just so. We're first gonna, you know, see what we can learn from her. Let's see. 21, not 20. That's amazing. We get all the information about her. Super cool, because she seems like one of the most important characters from now on. So, chaotic good, but good. 27 strength, plus 8. Oh, definitely not fighting her. It doesn't even matter. All of her stats are much, you know, better than our own stats. Charisma only plus 4. We have plus 5. So we can win with charisma. That's great to know. Okay, so let's read. Something is very wrong. Wait. Yeah, okay, that's how it starts. Something is very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you will be consumed. That's very interesting. Oh, guys, give me a little second. Okay, let's continue. She wields power you could only dream of. Yet her actions betray her nature. Evil, good? Is selfishness for one's own tribe the defining trait? This creature is no goblin. Though her desire lies heavily invested within this tribe, she's far older and far more dangerous than all the servants of hers combined. She knows well the flames of Esuf. Why is she here? You see through her goals, her scheme. Is it so simple? Does she simply love them? Wow, okay. That is so cool, actually, that we've learned everything about Lady Sageleaf. I didn't really expect that. I'm so happy to get this kind of, you know, opportunity to at least learn that much about one character. It's already like makes up for all the, you know, tries with the tree and everything else. Anyway, let's just let's talk with her now. What is that? The goblin glares at you with his muscles. Whoa, the muscles as eyes, probably. maybe not really. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna steal Pixie Dust Slash, Garden Apple, Ring of Regeneration. Ooh, slowly regenerates HP over time. That ring is amazing. Never gonna get it probably, but it is amazing. Anyway, let's engage. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree. Its roots reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt sailing above. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. What if this actually is a dragon, since we've learned so much from that, you know, from observing her? What if this is all a big dragon, like this is, you know, a tail here on the bottom side of the screen, and this is, you know, just the way this dragon basically cast illusion on herself to not be shown like that because she likes the goblins for some reason. I don't know, but I kinda have this like vibe right now, especially if that's not a goblin. Okay, on the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it's threatening. So this is the dragon. And also, obviously, she is called a dragon. That's why I have this thought in my head, obviously. Yes, I can see it. Her glare is magnificent. Cleric of Norvik, of Urf and River. Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. She's talking to you, you're the cleric. Great observation. I was assured by your masters, the top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted in disdain. Her voice causes you to shiver. That was DC 20. Obviously, we're gonna be scared here. They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. You should run. No, wait, you can't. But you should. Dominion. She has control here. Every single attribute of mine is like scared of her so fucking hard. Why am I sitting here waiting? Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. I had an accident. It's only been a day. My apologies, lady. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now. My apologies. I'm gonna just be like, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't want to do that. Her frown turns into a wary expression. Whatever. You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. Frightful presence. Some powerful creatures have auras that cause fear to those near. To fail means succumbing to mindless terror, along with other annoying effects. You can't take this much longer. You need to get out of here. DC 5, thankfully, beholds success. Well... I have no words right now. We had 20, not 20, on checking what she is and everything. And now we have this fucking roll of 4 with the DC 5. I am speechless. Shit. Get out of here. Turn and run. Adrenaline keeps your legs from buckling under the intense duress as you turn and run. Let out a high-pitched scream. It echoes down into the depths between trees and fungi-covered cavern walls. Whatever reaction the goblins have to your retreat, you are not around to see or hear it. Where am I? You ran for quite a while. When your mind calms itself, you're sitting inside of an empty barrel. How'd I get here? Fear. It goes a long way sometimes. Wait, I hid in a barrel. More or less. The dragon chased you. Maybe. Leave the barrel. As you do, you realize the barrel is but one of many located in a tunnel you've never seen before. There I see him! Cleric! Uh-oh. Wisdom is not even saying anything. Cleric. You've now wasted another precious hour. Please do not run away again. She's containing her rage. Amazing. The lady's trying to not scare you off again. Maybe she'll actually be nicer to you now. That would be great. Apparently we can, you know, resist even the easiest of checks when it comes to her. You see Snell panting next to the throne. He's been running around for nearly an hour looking for you. The goblin is dedicated, you'll give him that. Not my fault you're scary, no. I apologize, Lady Sageleaf. Yes, whatever. Let us continue. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my spirits descend so far. Are you even aware, Cleric? A local business caught up in an inferno, in the middle of the day, right on the Pillar Road. My road. The way she says that causes you to tremble. And yet, Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word. He alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location. She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Why does Darrow say that? Because he's a fool born out of nepotism and alcohol. Sick burn. Horrific slander. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. The definition of that has always been vague. Some see it as anything below ground, some as below water level. And where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you. I decided not to use the first option because I feel like she would get angry at me and we would run away, and I don't know if there's enough barrels in the city for us to hide. It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the halls, next to the pillar. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to her right. That means it's a part of the core foundation of this island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head, Jesus Christ. Lady, my people have been handling the damn crow's contract for years, but no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premises, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it is the city's business and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs you. Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Smell. Well, smell would be a problem, but no. Smell, she says and beckons towards the comely goblin. He approaches the roots and takes a bow. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in to actually investigate the scene. How can you know that? What? Shit, something broke. Just ignore it and move on. Sorry, I misspoke. I meant to say, how can you know that? He glances towards his lady. We've kept an eye on it. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. Who were the injured? We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. That's the sort of prefix used by Urfolk, a human most likely. Huh, that ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers, you hear? A real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of the trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane. Dungeon or Water Lane? Both sound like trouble. Frank. Son of Frank. Yeah. Cool name. Sure. A dungeoneer. If you believe it, that comment was from one of the militia members. Could be smart to check the city below just in case, despite the dangers. Yeah, it is a dangerous place. Not before level 3. Down to Water Lane. Yeah, seemed like he was heading in that direction. Though down could mean a number of things, Water Lane included. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm assuming some type of Ritzian fashion. You can tell on his voice that he's leaving out a but who fucking knows at the end. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, he says, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. He's annoyed to have to answer that question. Where is he now? We don't know. They have not located the man, despite major efforts. I am afraid of selecting this one. Do you know anything that would probably lead to some problematic situation? Sounds like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing, or somewhere else. We don't know. Anything else you do know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering you. We have theories, but we need a proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, Cleric. Secrets in the ashes. So dramatic. Love her. Corruption, madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Rambling of fools. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. A spell would indeed be the only logical answer for such distraction. A rogue spellcaster? Isn't there an anti-magic task force who we can call for? Why, yes, there is, she exclaims. She points with a sharpie finger. You! The Arcana Clerics of Warfgard, one of the few authorized spellcaster groups in the city, often used as a task force in esoteric events, accidents, and magical assaults. The lady clears her throat loudly. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge tribe and the Urfgard city cleric shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out from her mouth, burning the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She dares to serve. The dragon has spoken. Not solemnly. I guess we should be careful with our words here. She looks upon you with a grim expression. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both upper and lower Tolstad. You're going to have the pretty boy around. Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. His expression is that of a shock. He did not expect this. Do not disappoint me, Snell. It appears you've received a party member on your divine mission. Sad it had to be a damned goblin. A new member to the party! He ignores you. Ah, that's so sad. The goblin takes a deep bow. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, your will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. Huzzah! Miska Sageleaf looks at you the way one observes kitchen mold. Don't huzzah. Please don't ever huzzah. This guy, I wanted to huzzah at least once in my life. This guy, he's the one. Just keep him in line. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, Cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need finding your way across Tolstad. For as much as she told you, there's a danger you're missing here. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. And also we should look for that witness, definitely. Yeah, Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. Gods, that's funny. Either over on Water Lane or down in the city below. Yeah, the port or the dungeon. I'd suggest the port, since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. How do I gain access to the tea shop, though? Talk to your boss, Darrow. Or I guess he's not your direct boss, or whatever, but you'll need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. Right, and where is this tea shop again? The goblin sighs. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly up into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. The pillar. Cool. Got it. Great. You ready to go then? Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Neat. Okay, that was a hell of a situation. All with, like, running away and, you know, this whole basically gaining new party member and everything. This is crazy. I love it. I love this chaos that is slowly unfolding here. But friends, we're gonna end right here. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I hope you join me again in the next episode. Also, if you like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. That would really help me out a lot and would make my day so much brighter. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Cheers, guys.